This is Trey with E&S Equipment, and today we're going to be removing and installing a new tilt cylinder on this TX425. As you see, I got it up on wood blocks. Keep it off the ground. Of course, the machine's off, and we're going to remove this pivot pin right here. It's a 1/2-inch bolt. Take the bolt out and remove the pivot pin. You're going to want to inspect this pivot pin, the interior part, and the bushing that sits in this quick attach plate for wear, and replace if you need. We're also going to be removing these two hydraulic lines from these unions on the cylinder. One line here, and of course I have an oil drain down there to catch some of the oil that's going to come out, and I'll mark the lines so I know exactly what line I put where when I hook everything back up. We're going to go ahead and take this pin out of the cylinder. I believe it's a 1/2-inch nut and bolt. We're going to remove that, knock the pin out, inspect the pin for wear, replace if necessary. Once all those things are done, we're going to take the cylinder and we're going to take the unions out of the existing cylinder and go ahead and put them on the new cylinder. The cylinder is out of the machine, so we're going to take the two unions. One's the ratchet side and one over there. We're going to take those off, take the plugs out of the new cylinder and the ports, and then put those exactly back onto here and lock them down. This main big pin at the top of the machine was in good shape, so we're not going to have to replace that. That pin right there at the bottom at the quick attach plate, you see that big groove in it right there? That's too worn, so we're going to put a new pivot pin in there. And that actually sits in a bushing, or you see that screwdriver over there, there's a bushing in that quick attach plate. So what we're going to do is take that, knock that bushing out and replace that bushing in there too. That's easy, just a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and knock it out. And then there's the new bushing here. The way I do it is compress it with a vice grip and start it in the hole of the quick attach plate, and then once it's started in the hole, release the vice grip and you can just hammer it in. After we get those back on, everything all done here, we will install the new cylinder on the machine. Cylinder's back on. I started by taking the cylinder and putting this pin in first towards the top. Line up the hole for the pin on this side. Get it all in. Get the bolt in, lock that down. And then I go to hooking up both the hydraulic lines back. Inspect the O-rings, make sure the O-rings are okay. And the ports, hook both of those back on, go back down to the bottom, pull the top of the plate up to catch that pin right there, put that pin in, lock it down with that bolt. I'm going to go ahead and grease it here and here. I'm going to go turn the machine on, cycle it a couple times, fill it with hydraulic fluid, and then lift the arms up and check that there's still appropriate hydraulic fluid in it, and you should be good.